Thank you very much, Rayan. Forgive me, it might be more than just one or two today. But good afternoon, Sia and Mzwandile. Sia, can I start with attitude in the squad, the playing squad, this week? Having lost the first test, there's been a lot of comparison drawn during the week to losing the first pool game of Rugby World Cup against New Zealand and then bringing focus to the rest of the job that lay ahead. Do you sense a similar attitude and sense of resolve following last week and going into two more test matches against the Lions?
Yeah, it's been a tough week. It's felt long as well, but I think the way we responded as a team, just the way we trained and our mindset and our focus for this week, I think has been proper. And I think being on the field and training and feeling, it feels different than last week. So yeah, it's been really good for us as a team. And the main focus is to focus on what we can control as a team, and that's what we've been doing, And yeah, it's been really good. So we're looking forward to it. And it's similar to what happened with New Zealand, we lost in the first game, but now this is a bit different. This is actually, I try and be consistent. Every game is important for us, but this is different. This is 12 years and we don't get another opportunity with New Zealand. Every 4 years it happens for the World Cup. So yeah, we're going to have to turn up for this one. And I think we've done well. Training wise, we feel confidence going to the game, so yeah, looking forward to it.
And a question on your personal stats here, given the challenges you had in the build-up to the first test, how important was it for you to get a full 80 minutes in during the first test?
Yeah. No, that is good. I felt really good. I can definitely do more, and I'm glad that we as a team got another game together. So we've played a big 3 games together now as a team. So yeah, that's really, I think that was good for us as a team to build towards that. And personally, I felt good. I had no problems, and so I'm looking forward to this coming match. Hopefully get far more involved than I was the last game.
And a change at number 8 here as part of your back row with yourself and Pieter-Steph du Toit. How big a task lies ahead for Jasper Wiese, and how is he feeling about it?
Yeah, he's excited. He's excited. He's shown what he can do. I think it's not just a bigger task for him. I think for us as a team, because we're gonna have to make sure he gets in his groove as soon as possible. Us as a team, myself and Peter, communicating with him and making sure that, in whatever it is that he has to do, that he's not alone, that we are all with him. And we try and get the ball as soon as we can in the game in his hands, because that's what he loves doing, and he doesn't shy away from the physical side of things. So I'm looking forward to see him get his opportunity, and I know he's well prepared. So we just want to make sure that he's as comfortable as he can in the game.
Sia, just a reference to the video that's been the talk of the town for the last 24 hours. And particularly pertaining to you, it's said that you were treated differently to the Lions captain. This is not a trick question. It's not a right or wrong answer. Did you feel that way personally? And secondly, are you confident going into the second test that you will be given an equal voice?
First question, yes, I didn't feel respected at all. I didn't feel I was given a fair opportunity. That's the answer to the first question. And the second one is, yeah, I'm looking forward. It's a new game, it's a new referee, so I'm looking forward to it. I think Ben will give a fair opportunity for both captains, and that's all I've always asked for.
Thank you, Sia. Mzwandile, if I could move to you and just the thoughts of the management team in the last 24 hours. I mean, it's been extraordinary to observe the different opinions from South Africa and out of the UK. I mean, do you see the principle here as any different to questions being asked about the neutrality of a TMO ahead of the first test?
Yeah, I think without going deep on it, let's go on the build-up in the first game, where firstly the integrity of World Rugby was challenged by another human being, where when Marius Jonker was appointed the TMO, and then someone, Katleng on the other side, went crazy where he was asking World Rugby and challenging them, about the decision they've made. And everyone knows that we are living in a challenging time. We're living during COVID. Apparently, the other gentleman that was supposed to be a TMO, because of the COVID protocols, he couldn't travel to South Africa. Unfortunately, that's not in our hands, and we don't appoint TMOs. And the fact that that was publicly challenged by another coach on the other side, and even still today, I haven't had any statement, from him, from his side, where he was apologizing about it. I haven't had any statement from World Rugby. So I feel like, what, we're not asking for any favors. We're not asking for any favors. We just want all equal grounds, because of, once again, this took about 12 years, to get to where we are at the moment. So I wouldn't love the series to all be about the decision that were taken by the officials, or the whole vibe about the coaches of the field, And once again, people must make peace with the fact that we are living in the different times now. So there are traditional media conferences, and there's a social media, which is very powerful. And I know there's been a lot of fight between the two coaches, which is our director of rugby, Rassi, and Katleng on the other side. So, but all I'm saying is that if whatever Rassi said on the social medias or whatever, I'm not on Twitter, so I don't know, but I see videos around and all that stuff. For me, media conference or social media, there's a saying also that Zikala, which is debates, they all got different sounds, but they all come under the same bush. So that is my point that I'm trying to get across, is that even if things are being said in the social media or they are being said in the traditional media conference, it's still the media. Both coaches wanted to get their messages across, and it was straight that Rassi wanted to state it in his own personal view. It had nothing to do with us as a team. Our main focus was to train, and actually, I'm also on Facebook. So I saw a couple of things, but once again, for us, we're not asking for any favors. We just want a fair, equal ground for everyone. So if Rassi got into trouble because of what he said on social media, I think the gentleman that challenged the integrity of the game at the beginning when the TMO was challenged, I think that is something that really destroyed the dignity of the series, and it also challenges the integrity of World Rugby. And he says a lot about the gentleman who was going to be a TMO at that time, which is Marius Jonker. So I think that's where it should come from.
And just to follow up on that then, Mzwandile, I mean, how much of a distraction has it been for you as a coaching staff in your preparations for this game, or have you been able to put it to one side and focus on what you need to fix on the field?
Oh, Matt, listen, we are professional at what we do. Like Sia mentioned earlier on, we actually had a great week on the training session. We had a great week where we went to analyze our game and the things that we need to work on. And honest truth, we are in a good space. And yeah, that's it. We're looking forward to tomorrow. And hopefully we'll give it a good show for everyone. And I think this series deserves really a good show where people must enjoy it. And yeah, we are looking forward to the game.
Thank you both. Thank you, Rayon.
Thank you to Matthew Pierce of SuperSport. We're going to move on swiftly now, and we say good afternoon to Craig Ray.
Good afternoon. Afternoon, guys. So yeah, Ben O'Keefe, the referee, is going to be under a lot more scrutiny and pressure given what's happened this week. Do you expect that there's going to be a lot more scope for penalties being given quite easily, and are you going to be very hard on your own team's discipline given what might be coming?
Yes, I think we haven't done anything differently. We prepared the same way as we have, and we're gonna play rugby like we did last week, but better in the things that we can control, mauling better, making sure we handle the kicking pressure better. So we're doing nothing differently. I mean, we're all under pressure. I'm under pressure as the leader of this team. So it's all about who's going to handle that better. So we've done nothing different to help or focus on the penalties that are going to come, because we don't know what's going to happen. But I trust Ben he'll be well prepared and be fine for this game.
Thanks.
Thank you. And the next question will come from Leighton Koopman of Rapport.
Thanks, Ray. Hi guys. Hope you guys had a good week. Sia, just in terms of, you mentioned you guys have had a good week, but just in terms of having your families in the hotel with you guys, obviously lost at the first test. How has it been to have them around? And then also, how have you distinguished time with them and time away from them to preparing for the second test?
That's great. Thank you for that question. Yes, it's been amazing. I won't lie. It's been amazing. I think with everything going on, all the pressures we feel, all the preparation, and the pressure you put on yourself, what's happening in social media, in the news, everywhere. That's the one place that you zone into, you go to, where your kids don't care how your day has been, who's saying what about you, what's said, what has happened, throughout everything. When I walk in and my kids are just smiling and happy and joyful to see me, and my wife gives me a hug and they give me a gift, that honestly, there's nothing can buy that. There's no better feeling in the world. And that's really been great. And we're able to spend time. They came yesterday for my family, and that was our off day. It was quite nice. So I was able to spend time with them. There's a playroom that's down here, swimming pool for them to swim. There's a jumping castle on the days. So everything is there for them to be entertained while we're training. And then we come home and be dads. And it's the best feeling in the world. And it does help us. It helps me personally, to be honest.
Thank you, Sia. And our next question will come from Jamie Weir of Sky Sport.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Sia, if I could just follow up on your comment. In what way do you feel you were disrespected as regards to from the referee? In what way was Alan Wayne Jones granted more respect, do you feel? Can you give us any specific examples?
Sorry, did you watch the video?
Sorry?
Did you watch the video that's been put out there?
I have to admit I haven't watched the full 63-minute video, no.
Okay, I think watch that and then we can chat after the game is done. I don't really want to get in, to be honest, but we can speak about it after the game. I'll speak anything about the game, but I don't want to get involved in that. I just didn't feel I didn't get given the same access to the referee, and there's proof. If you watch the game again, you'll definitely be able to see yourself. I don't want to speak too much about that because it's already happened. There's nothing I can do about it. It's not going to change anything. My focus is in the next game, and that's what we're focusing on right now.
I respect that. Thank you. Can I just ask one other question in regards Razi's video? Rugby is a game which prides itself on respect for the referee. When a director of rugby comes out with a video like that, do you think it damages the game?
Can I answer that one, please?
No problem.
First things first, to question the appointments made by World Rugby, that is where it starts. So the video or the gentleman that questioned the integrity of World Rugby, that's where it should start. That's something that we need to question. And like I said earlier on, even if it's on a traditional media or it's on a social networks, what is right for the other side must be right for the other side. It can't be two-way thing, where one team is playing on a glass field and the other one is playing on the mud. So once again, I'm not too sure about the video, and I'm not too sure about the gentleman complaining about the appointments. But once again, we both need the same treatment and respect. That's all.
Thank you, Stick. And we're going to move on to Luis Chiesa of ESPN.
Good afternoon for all. Hi, Sia. Luis Chiesa from Scrum ESPN Argentina. Sia, after losing the first test, do you feel pressure and obligation to win tomorrow? And as captain, what the message do you give to your teammates?
How's it? Yeah, of course, we do feel there is pressure, a lot of pressure actually. But we had to focus on what we can control. And like I said earlier, we made sure we fixed the mistakes that we made during the game. We're fixing them during the week, and we saw where we got attacked and where they benefited the most in the game, and things they did. So we worked hard on that. And the main focus and what was said in the week is that we actually focus on those things, and that's what we did this week. And I thought we responded well and we trained well, and obviously it's all hopefully going to show tomorrow. Yeah, it is a big game. There is a lot of pressure. If I told you there's no pressure at all, I'd be lying to you. But yeah, I'm looking forward, and that's why we do what we do, and that's why we love what we do for moments like this, because people have to stand up during times like this.
Thank you, Sia. Philosande, do you have a question in English?
Yes, Ryan, I do. Thanks. Molly and Madot.
Sharp, Pilo.
Stick, I wanted to find out. I mean, you're one of the guys that are in charge of the skills and some of the aerial coaching.
Yeah.
That second half wasn't great in terms of the aerial battle. I think everybody knows that now. How hard have you guys worked on that this week so that you guys don't fall, in the same trap again this second test match?
Yeah, Pilar, that's a good question. And I think from my side personally, because of that is something that I'm very passionate about when it comes to the aerial skills. I have to compliment the British and Irish Lions in that department on the second half, where they've realized whatever they tried in the first half, it didn't work for them. So automatically they just decided, you know what, they're not going to play too much rugby, and they started challenging us with those aerial contests. And I have to be honest and say they did well, and where we couldn't manage it, and they kept on applying that pressure. So we've always been working hard on our aerial skills, and I think in that first half, if you look at the first half, things were going well for our side, where we managed to be clinical under the kicking game. And then I think the mind shift that they've done in the second half, I don't know, whatever the coach said at that time, I think it worked for them, and I don't doubt at all that they're going to come back in this game also with a massive kicking game. So yeah, we will be prepared. And once again, the best team that will execute their plan tomorrow will probably got to stand a chance to win the game. And like you saw in the last game we played against them, it was a game of two halves where everything, talking about execution-wise, in the first half, we did everything well, managed to take points when we got opportunities, and they did exactly the same thing also in the second half. And and the last thing from my side regarding that is we're going to have to also make sure that our discipline is up at its best, So yeah, but we're looking forward to it, my bro.
Thank you, Stocker. And Ganiso, you're up next. We'll still do questions in English, and we'll probably do later in Xhosa.
I would like to ask in isiXhosa, please.
Late, Ganiso, late.
I want Xhosa right now. Not later, right? You want Xhosa now.
The captain has spoken.
Isabut.
Thank you very much ke Gqwashu ke plastic man bulisa manapha koni ne maqala pha kwe man Gqwashu njengoba seyininzi ke lento eyithethiwe ngumphathi lona wombhoxo mayelana ke nosompembe aba bebeqhuba kule veki phele ngomgqibelo ibaleke kanjani kuba ninyathele kwezindawo athethe kuzo lasiba nibe kumgangatho womdlalo phezulu kakhulu xa benishiye khona kule veki pheleyo plastic kuwe benithetha nomnye umqeqeshi nomnye uref wakudala wathi nabalekileyo kosompempe kuba nobulungisa bayiphathe umdlalo ngendlela efanayo for amaqela amabini. So ibaleke njani ba njeba ababulungisa kube khona umdlalo emva komdlalo?
Yeah, no, but for thina kule weekend into ebaleke le phela veki ngiyabonga umsophofu unyanzeleke basilungise zonke izinto sithethe ngazo ihlobo sidlala ngalo xa sifuna umola naxa khakha ibhola sisenze uba make sure uba sonke sikhona si-ready uba masiphambili kwezo zinto sibe strong man. I think zininzi izinto esizenzileyo ngokwethu ezazenza baba maskiwe kule factory leyo and uthethile umqeqeshi idiscipline yethu konyanzela ibaluleke kakhulu kule veki asinokwazi unikezela ii-penalty ezininzi elo hlobo zii-points ezo and especially kaba bantu banabo bakwazi ukukhaba ibhola so kuzonyanzelekela thina sitreyine sithi make sure imono yethu iyasebenza noma ndiyateketa andikwazi inceda lihlobo lithethanga sitreyine sithi make sure uba yonke siphumelele sontsendiyeka sokumani man ndiyabona so imo zethu ne-kicking game yethu need to make sure uba siyaqhuma siyiwine kakuhle ibhola sisete ii-runs zethu ezirayithi siye phambili ayikho enye into esikwazi uyikhontrola ngaphandle kwezo zinto and I think ezo zinto zenze siba masikhiwe kule veki ephelileyo because sazenze kakuhle.
Khanyisa, I think lo mbuzo wakho ububuza kum about i-officials ubaluleke kakhulu. Imbeko into ebalulekileyo and usiya mntana uyayazi le ndawo sikuyo into siyidrayivayo apha etimini yethu uba imbeko ibalulekile and the respect usiyamthanda ayibonisayo kwi-officials ko-referee even ii-players zethu awuboni ii-players zethu zingcola kakhulu ebaleni ifocus yazo ukudlala yile nto ke bendithetha ngayo earlier on wena Khanyiso ndisithi uba enye itim ayikwazi ukutata idlala edakeni yabo so udaka isokole and then abanye bona badlala eklasi uba izinto ezithile bavumelekile bazenze le nto ke besizama uyilungisa leyo so unfortunately ezinye izinto ayikho kwi-control yethu umntu ophethe umdlalo ane funeka sure uba imithetho yombhoxo ayithiki ujonga isikiphu esithile kwelaa cala uyi-interprete ngendlela ethile then xa ukwelaa cala because of i-safety into ebalulekileyo embhoxweni yabo and thina into esiyaziyo uba oosompempe kulaa ndawo bakuyo baphaya for ukhusela abadlali ngoku ibafani ngoku enye itim iscrame ngabantu abayi-4 kwi-front row and then enye itim iscrame ngabantu abayi-3 u-oxygen akonzakele ngoku because of eli qela bona bascrama ngabantu abayi-4 into engasebona thina unless ii-rules ezintsha ke mani maybe masiqala rugby nee-rules ezintsha but into endiyaziyo wena tata ba i-safety ibalulekile for i-players yabo and nibonile kamandi nani even ne-tackle eyenzekileyo ebaleni but which is I'm not gonna go back into it because it's there. There's one thing about the SuperSport. I used to work for SuperSport. They've got the best cameras, you know, as a production company. But the angle needs is there. So to stop all the angles. So when I used to work for SuperSport, you will get what you want when it comes to their angles. And it's disappointing sometimes. Officials zingakuboni ubungozi obukhoyo ebaleni xa usenzeka. So into ebalulekileyo ukuthi ba player safety, that's all.
Hayi mahle acwengile ndiyabulela bobhuti.
Thank you, Dad.
Thank you very much. And we're going to have one or two more questions, and then we'll conclude for this afternoon. Brendan Nell, good afternoon.
You can say Afrikaans later.
No, as a recht, we gaan een beetje paraat.
I don't see. Okay. Right. We'll move swiftly on. And Matthew Pierce, you have another question you indicated?
No, only right at the end. Thanks, Ro.
Okay. Fatima Said.
Thanks, Ryan. Good afternoon, Coach and Sia. Coach Sticks, I just had a question for you. Obviously, coming from the game last week, you had an entire week of preparation. Just in terms of your set pieces, example, line-outs, scrums, and all of those other things, what are you expecting, especially from the boys, for tomorrow?
Yeah, you know what? We even before the first game, we knew that when it comes to set pieces, Fatima, they're going to be key at this level. You know, we know the Northern Hemisphere sides; they are very physical when it comes to that side. And as you saw last week, when it comes to the scrums, it was a two-half, different halves. Where in the first half, I think we had a good couple of scrums there where we got rewarded also. So credit must go to those guys who actually started the game also, and then you saw second half where it was a very, very balanced game regarding the scrums, So I'm not an expert in the scrum, so I won't be able to tell you the dynamics of what's happening there. But I think scrums and lineouts, it's still going to be key when it comes to this game. And because, that is a platform for teams to be able to attack from. And yes, if you look at the driving malls, they've scored 1 try from it. And then where we didn't really get much opportunities also on the driving malls. And there's one thing about us is that we understand and respect the physical side of the game. So we know that tomorrow it's going to be tough. It's going to be very physical. And but yeah, the team that will execute their plan very well, they will probably stand a chance to win the game tomorrow. And yeah, we are actually looking forward to that challenge.
Thank you. And we'll finish off with a question from Ashfaq Mohammed in Cape Town.
Hi, Ryan. Thanks for that. Firstly, to Sia, last week was a bit of a...
Subscribe to Trade.
Salam. Salam.
Salam. How are you?
I'm good, Salam. How are you?
Okay, man. I guess the whole country will feel a bit better after Tatiana Schoenmaker's gold medal and world record. And the Springbok team also lift the mood by winning tomorrow night's test. How important is this game considering what happened last week? Just in terms of the performance and preparation, would you say this week you guys feel a bit better prepared? And then secondly, to Mr. Stoker, will Cheslin Kolbe and Makazole Mapimpi actually get the ball on attack this weekend? Thank you.
Yes, actually, congratulations to Tatiana Schoenmaker. That was really Schoenmaker. Yeah, congratulations on behalf of the team. We want to say well done, and yeah, that was special. And I don't think we make enough noise about those kind of things, especially for women in sport. I think we should celebrate them, especially us as men. We should celebrate them even more. We are very proud of the country. That gave me something to smile about. Throughout everything we've been going through, that definitely did put a smile on our faces. Did encourage me, and we want to be better this weekend without a doubt. It's been we definitely worked hard. We knew exactly what went wrong. We looked at our mistakes as a team and we fixed them. And I thought we trained very well together as a team. And we're really looking forward to this weekend. And yeah, of course, we want to win. We want to win every single game and put on this jersey. And we know what it will mean for the morale of the country and how people are feeling. Just the same way that Tatiana made us feel when she won the 2 medals. And so, yeah, I'm really looking forward to the game next weekend. We are well prepared.
Yeah, and once again from my side, just to add on Sia, congratulations to Schoenmaker for making us proud, and more especially the fact that she won it in style with the world record. And Sia, actually, she does the breaststroke swimming style.
Yeah, is this one?
No, it's that one where it's yeah, that's it. That's butterfly. So congratulations to her for making us proud, and we are very, very proud of her and everything that she has achieved for the country. And going back to the question you've asked me about Cheslin Kolbe and Makazole, you know what, actually, I'm not too sure where the question comes from, but if maybe Makazole doesn't get played off the ball without holding the ball, maybe he will be able to touch the ball. So maybe the ref can protect him in that sense. But once again, from my side, there's no such a thing in our game plan where they're not allowed to have a ball in hand. So they've got a freedom. So once again, if opportunity comes, they will have a ball in hand. If opportunity doesn't come, where British and Irish Lions, they do well to stop it, then it is the way it is, unfortunately. But there's nothing in our plan that says that they're not allowed to touch a ball.
Thank you very much, Springbok captain and the assistant coach. Thank you for your time this afternoon. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are. I hope you will have a good day, and then we will then tomorrow we will have tomorrow the post-match press conference.